Like, I had literally turned minimalism into a crutch, into an excuse. If I wanted to do something, I could figure out a way to spin it. Like, I can't do that because that's not minimalistic. Hey there, my handsome and pretty little Cobras, and welcome back to the Cobras Nest. For those of you who are new, my name is Mignon Cobra and I make minimalism videos. Yes, I know I'm wearing the same outfit that I've been wearing in like all of my videos. I'm an outfit repeater, I'm a minimalist, I'm allowed that, so I'm gonna take advantage. So today's video is going to be never let minimalism be an excuse. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. Let's get it, let's go. Woo. So I've actually been wanting to make this video for some time now. I have kind of hinted at this sort of on my Instagram, and I thought about how I could make this a little bit more structured, but I realized that this is actually a topic that I want to like speak from the heart, because some topics do go well with like top 10 tips, and some of them you just have to be real. So I feel like we have a really safe here community with my little Cobra crew, so I figured I would just, you know, have a heart-to-heart with me and you, and that's what this is about. So I kind of wanted to get up on here and talk about how, like, for me personally, I had been using minimalism as an excuse to stop myself from doing all the things that I wanted to do with my life. Like, I had literally turned minimalism into a crutch, into an excuse. If I wanted to do something, I could figure out a way to spin it. Like, I can't do that because that's not minimalistic. And I think although I had always preached about, you know, never declutter your, you know, fantasy self, I had essentially decluttered my fantasy self. I had come up with every excuse under the sun as to why I couldn't do something anymore because, you know, what would my subscribers say? They're gonna think I'm not being a good minimalist. And I just thought, like, especially because with my minimalism break, I finally was able to be like, no, I'm gonna do whatever I want and I have freedom to do so, and fear from judgment. And yeah, nobody came after me. There was no minimalism police that came after me and was all like, you're not being a good minimalist. Honestly, I felt like I can say these things in hindsight now, but I really do feel like I was robbing myself of my best life. And it really took for me to make like a conscious effort to like put my foot down with myself and tell myself, Nat, you have to stop using minimalism as an excuse. Like, how long are you going to keep living this life that, if we're completely honest with ourselves, is just mediocre? And that was so hard for me to swallow, because I feel like minimalism has had so many good benefits in my life. I just felt like, how could I turn my back on minimalism and be like, I want to do this, I want to do that? And I guess like I was fear of judgment, like not only from like my subscribers, but like I was just like fear of judgment from myself. And if I'm completely honest, I was fearful of like failure. I was fearful of change. And it felt so safe in minimalism, because like minimalism has really offered me a lot of protection and has definitely let me get ahead in life. Like, I wouldn't be where I am financially if it wasn't for minimalism. If I still kept buying stupid stuff or wasting my money, you know, social comparisons, like I really don't think I would have the success that I've had up until this point. So for me to like shift gears was really difficult, and I just could not let go of minimalism as a crutch. I can't really say for any specific examples of things, but like, I don't know, just even like just replenishing foundation, for God's sake. It's like I could not mentally bring myself to like replace foundation, because it's like, you're buying foundation, you're being a bad minimalist, what's everyone on the internet gonna say, what are you gonna think of yourself, you have failed at minimalism, you have no discipline. And that is just not the thought process that I have anymore in 2023. I left all of that behind in 2022. When I took a minimalism break, I felt like I took off the shackles, and I just can't go back to that little box anymore. I still love being a minimalist. Like, don't get me wrong, I still love the lifestyle. Like, I don't think I'll ever stop being a minimalist, in the sense of like, I still like less is more, and I want the best, and I don't want a bunch of crap, and my my self-worth is not based on material possessions. But these are just guidelines, and you know, like, I can say these things and I can still have nice things. In my mind, it was like I couldn't have nice things and be a minimalist. And I remember I used to laugh at people who were like, I can't be a minimalist because I have a BMW. But the joke was on me. I had become that person. I felt like I was better than everybody else because I didn't buy nice things. And that was just my ego and my pride. And my hurt pride speaking, when it's like, no, I'm not better than other people because I don't or do not buy other things. Like, I had just become the opposite of that spectrum, where it was like, oh, I'm better than everybody because I buy these things. I had become like no, I'm better than everybody because I don't buy these things. And it's like, where do I get the audacity to even think I'm better than other people? And that was clearly a me problem. So I was like, you know what, like, let's just live our best lives. Let us not put on a show on the internet. Let's not try to be some sort of role model when it's like, you're not perfect, Nat, you're not. So just stop. Just do what you want to do, and if people think it's great, great, and if they don't, who cares? Because wasn't the whole point of minimalism in the first place was for you to finally accept yourself for who you are? Like, your needs and your wants, wasn't that the thing that was supposed to come first? So for me personally, I was just like, so what has shifted? I decided to start living my best life as like the priority. And if minimalism can help support that or scaffold that, I'm like, yes, let's do that. But I'm not going to let it be the thing that blocks me, or let it be the excuse as to why I'm not going to do X, Y, Z, or the third. I was like, no, if I want to do something, I'm going to do it. If it does or does not make me a good minimalist, it doesn't matter, because that's not the point anymore. The point is to live our best lives. And I think that that is really truly me embodying never decluttering your fantasy self. I have to indulge these fantasies. Of course, be financially responsible. I'm not saying here, break the bank. But for me personally, I was just like, what is the point? What is the point of me putting on a show about minimalism? Because it wasn't one of the things that I learned in minimalism is that like nobody cares what you do, and since nobody cares, you're free to do what you want. So why was I still caring? Like I was still so deeply insecure, and I was still self-validating. Like I wasn't self-validating, I was like using external things. Would minimalism approve of this? And no disrespect to minimalism, I still love the lifestyle, and I think I probably always will, but I had to be like, you're not the leader here. I'm the leader of my life, and you can take the back seat. That's where you belong, not at the front. I'm at the front. And that has really freed me, because among some of the things that I've just like done is like I've just embraced so many things. Like I've embraced lucky girl syndrome. Like I don't want to struggle anymore. I don't want to get on here and complain anymore. I don't want to get on here and tell other people, don't buy this, don't buy that. What the hell? Who cares? Who cares? Go buy it, man. Like nobody cares if you do or do not buy it. You have to ask yourself, do you think it's worth buying, right? That the only person who knows is you. The other thing is like I just kind of realized that like I was so afraid of change, and I was so afraid of failure. So I wore this blanket of minimalism, because like I was just so afraid to fail. And I've just realized that like even if I fail, like I'm not gonna die. And I don't know, I stopped feeding my pain. I stopped with the victim mentality, and I decided to take full accountability. I can't keep using minimalism as an excuse, thinking, oh, the reason that I this and that is because, you know, I'm trying to be a good minimalist, and so that's why I can't do these things. No, there will be none of that on my channel. I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want, and minimalism can take the back seat. I want to live my best life. I want to look in the mirror and be like, everything is possible for me. I don't care if that makes me consumeristic. I don't care if people on the internet think I'm a hypocrite. I just want to live my best life, and that is the journey that I've always been on. I have mentioned that in some of my other videos, that the point of my minimalism journey was to get ahead financially, and I am ahead financially. So what is the next stage in my life? That is me using my minimalism to live my best life. I'm not trying to put on a show on the internet. Like, I mean, granted, I do think that over materialism and being materialistic is probably not very healthy if taken to a certain extreme. But I was living on the other end of the extreme. I was thinking myself so much holier than everybody else, when it's like, you're not. You're not, Nat. So anyway, I think that is pretty much all I wanted to say. Is that I don't know who needs to hear this, but you don't need to use minimalism as an excuse to not do this or do that. You deserve to live your best life, and don't worry if it doesn't look like the archetype of what's minimalism is supposed to be. Live your best life. That was the whole point of minimalism in the first place. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.